He went to Philadelphia today. He doesn't have anything else on the schedule. He went there to, quote, give a speech on protecting the sacred constitutional right to vote, unquote. Yay, sacred constitutional right to vote, and Joe Biden is going to protect it for us. I'm very happy. How about you? You pleased with that? The problem is that President Biden thinks that drive-through voting is okay. And he thinks that you don't really need an ID to show that you're an American citizen in order to vote. No. So I'm thinking back to 92 or something like that, when maybe we had the covered wagons kind of galloping up to the polling place and handing out the vote to some, oh, thank you, instead of just kind of walking into a polling place where there can be some regulation, where computers tabulate the votes in an orderly manner. No, we have to drive through now. Maybe we get a milkshake. Maybe we could have a kiosk there along with your ballot. Come on. This is just blankin nonsense. All right? I mean, if you want to vote, you should have two ways to vote: by mail, and whatever the state says you have to do to vote by mail, you do. And the second is you go to the polling place like I do. You see your friends and neighbors. You go into a place where there's a curtain, you vote, and you go boom, and they tabulate it right there. That's all. No drive through. No, we don't need that. We'd like to cut down on voter fraud, right? Joe Biden, President of the United States, wouldn't you kind of like cut down on it? Make it harder to steal votes? Wouldn't that be a good thing? That's kind of like the sacred right to vote, that all votes are legitimate. Not kind of sneaking in and having boxes here and there, and 3 weeks after the vote, we still don't know because that sack over there hasn't been counted yet. No. One day, you should have a little run up to the day, maybe 2 weeks, all right? And then after election day is over, that's it. No late votes. No. All right? You either vote or not. And to say that minorities can't get an ID is insulting to minorities, isn't that? I mean, everyone in this country can get an identification of some kind free, right? So what, minorities can't get it? They can't figure it out? How biased is that? Well, all right, so Biden wasted our time, wasted our taxpayers' money. Air Force One had to go and come back and all that. It was simply nothing. What he should have been talking about, and by the way, let me get this out of the way and I'll tell you what he should have been talking about. Jill Biden is going to the Olympics to head the U.S. delegation. The Olympics begin on July 23rd, so she'll go maybe a day or two in advance. And Joe's not going. No Joe at the Olympics. Now, that's okay. Because if you want to be fair, and I always do, 2006, Laura Bush went. 2012, Michelle Obama went. 2018, Mike Pence and Second Lady Karen Pence went. So Joe's busy. I don't know what he's busy doing, but he's busy. Can't go. Joe's going, and I hope she has fun. Watch the COVID, Jill. Everybody in Japan's got COVID. No vax there. All right, so what Joe should talk about is the terrible inflation in June. Worst report in 13 years. Now, I'm not going to be a pinhead about this because I know you hear inflation and your eyes glaze over, but this really affects you directly, okay? So the consumer price index increased 5.4% from June to June 2020. Big jump. So I know, we all know, except Joe, because Joe doesn't pay for gas, that gas up maybe $1.50 more than it was this time last year. We all know that. Food up Pretty big. And you know what they're doing with the food? So a lot of companies don't want to raise prices on food, so they put less in the cereal box or in a candy bar or whatever it may be. Put fewer things. So hoping you don't know. That's inflation. So you pay the same price, but you get less. So my wallet, when this came in, jumped. So I got dollar bills in my wallet, and they're not worth as much as they were in December 2020, just 8 months ago. Okay? So Joe is in charge, Joe Biden. Shouldn't he be speaking about this? Like, here's my plan. Here's my plan to get inflation under control so you don't have to pay more at the gas pump, at the grocery stores, and a restaurant. Now, if you want to buy a car, don't buy the car now. Car prices are like crazy because they can't get the parts and the factories aren't up, all of that. But the main driver of inflation is that Joe and his legislation is pumping trillions of dollars into the economy so the feds can send money to everybody. Now, some of that had to happen with COVID, we know that. But Joe's like 6-7 trillion. Yeah, keep it up, pump. Now, when you pump that much money, when the Fed and the Treasury Department physically makes that much money, the money already in circulation goes down in value because these dollars flood in. That's what it is. I'm no economic genius, but I understand that. Now, final word on this. If this continues, and I believe it will, the Democrats are absolutely toast in the 2022 midterms. They'll get just wiped out. And even states like New York and California, Massachusetts, Michigan, these kinds of places, Illinois, the folks are going to go, you know what, this isn't working out. These woke Democrats, these people, you combine the border, you combine crime, you combine the race tensions, you combine everything, and now gas is $4 or $5 a gallon, not working. That's what's going to happen. Now, if the Democrats lose the House and the Senate, believe me, and it's razor thin now. So then Joe he won't even have to go anywhere. He'll just sit there in the Oval Office going, hi, I'm Joe. Sacred duty to vote, hi. Because he'll never get anything through. That includes the Supreme Court, that includes anything. He can write as many executive orders as he can. The state governor is just going to go, So I hope that happens. I have to say, I'm not an ideologue, you know that. But I think Joe Biden is really a bad president so far. Maybe he'll make a stunning comeback. And if he does, I will tell you. Fellow Americans, I am concerned about the U.S. dollar. Huge debt, as you know. Will it stay as the world's reserve currency? That's why now more than ever, I recommend you diversify with gold and silver. And the only company I recommend, and have for years, is American Hartford Gold. I trust them. I've personally done business with them. They sell physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA. And they make it very easy. So call them right now. Make sure you tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they will give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Since I have been recommending American Hartford Gold, gold shot up more than 40%. Silver, more than 60%. So don't wait. Call them now. 866-501-5201. 866-501-5201. Or text Bill to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201. Or text Bill to 65532. Bill O'Reilly here. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure you subscribe to the First TV YouTube page. Just hit the big red subscribe button below, and you'll get clips and highlights of my program, The No Spin News, every single day. We'll see you soon.